Virat Kohli is the king of Indian cricket. He's the future of Indian cricket. But he will need to answer certain very tough questions and decide if this is the team that's going to challenge for the title at the 2019 World Cup. Did Virat Kohli and Anil Kumble get their strategy wrong, or was their approach wrong, or should we simply credit Pakistan for the way they played today's final? We'll be asking all these questions, but before that, let me go across to my colleague Ilma, who's joining me from New Delhi with some disappointed Indian fans. Ilma, go ahead.
Well, Shobit, remember I spoke to you in the afternoon and I was telling you about how all the pubs and the restaurants in Connaught Place in the heart of Delhi are full with fans who are very excited. But you know, now there's a lot of a more somber mood, a lot of sullen faces here. I have with me a couple of fans who came all the way from Gurgaon to witness the public screening that was happening in Connaught Place, and they certainly left disappointed after the result, after the match. Tell me, how are you feeling? You were very confident of India's win.
Yeah, we were very confident that it would be a shoulder-to-shoulder match, and since we saw the batting, the wicket shattered like never before, and it was not like we are just playing. It's not about the trophy. It's just about that this match is with Pakistan. So we lost, and we had hope in between with Hardik. I saw the 3 sixes from him, and it was really get hoped that we win the match afterwards. We play.
What was it that left you most disappointed?
Well, I guess as you said, the wickets fell off really fast, but there was a hope that Hardik would push it through at least to some 200 or 250, but it was really disappointing that he got out, and that to a run out. Well, it was unfortunate for India to lose this match, and that to Champions Trophy, and that too against Pakistan, the arch rival. When it's India-Pakistan, it was a great match, and yeah, the atmosphere here now is really dull. A couple of hours ago, it was all shouting and all the flags were always waving and all. But right now, yeah, people are disappointed. But yeah, I hope the team will do well in upcoming series, obviously.
Shobit, I can tell you, I was watching the match with a lot of supporters, a lot of fans, and you know, the crowd started to thin after the first couple of wickets went down. You know, some people were hopeful, but that did not happen. Apart from it being the final, it was also a match against Pakistan, and a lot of people were hoping for a win. But clearly,
Right, Ilma, thank you for that report. Yes, it was a disappointing loss for Team India in the Champions Trophy final, but for all Pakistani fans, if any, watching our broadcast, let me quickly remind you that India's head-to-head record against Pakistan still stands at 13-3 in India's favour in ICC events. So you guys still have a lot to catch up. But Nikhil, isn't it true? The mood of the nation is governed by how the Indian cricket team performs on the field, and a billion Indians wanted a title. Didn't come their way. However, this still was regarded as the best team heading into this tournament, the favourites for the title. One bad day. So does it come down to approach? Certainly, it's not a question about talent.
No, you know, you're absolutely right when you talk about being favourites. But in terms of execution, you know, in terms of professionalism, not a bad day, a horrible day. You know, and you realize that professional teams don't go and give the opposition 3 overs extra in terms of just bowling no balls and also wides. You know, you need to be thinking about every single extra delivery, because that could cost you a 6 or a 4. And we, you know, ended up looking to chase down 339, which was obviously going to be difficult. I'm not saying that it wasn't gettable. You talk about Indian team's batting lineup, you look at the kind of experience, the match winners that you've got. I don't think, if you look at teams around the world today, Shobit, I don't think you've got bigger names than these guys.
Absolutely.
Why? Because these guys have been around in international cricket for a while. Some days, yes, things don't work out as per your plans, but at the end of the day, you lose a couple of wickets. Why do you play 6-7 batsmen in a team? Because you know not everybody is going to get you runs, otherwise teams would get 500. You look for backup plans. But the guys who haven't got in, you know, were in the dressing room, you lose 2 quick wickets, you try and say, let me just try and consolidate. Let's build on a partnership. Let's just slowly get that scoreboard ticking, 15 runs, 20 runs, then we'll take it from there.
But this, Nikhil, this is something that these guys are taught at Ranji level.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You know, even with experience, when the chips go down, how does panic come in? You're literally, you know, if I may use the words, ego kicks in, that you might look bad. That's when anxiety sets in. You're looking to go through finishing the motion. You're not aware of the situation, what you need to be doing. You know, at that moment in time, that self-belief is going away. So you need to just calm down. I think this is the role where the coach, the entire support staff sitting in the dressing room with the next batsman to go in, need to try and help them develop that. Obviously, clearly wasn't the case.
Absolutely. Boria, Rashesh and Shalini all live with us at the moment. Let me bring in Boria first, who's live from the Oval. Boria, Nikhil saying probably, did nerves come into play at all? But why should nerves come into play? These guys have just finished playing IPL, where every match goes to the last over, last delivery. They know how to handle pressure.
Yeah, but tell me, even in the IPL or in recent memory, when have you seen Yuvraj Singh finish a game? When have you seen Mahendra Singh Dhoni finish a game? In the IPL final, he did not finish a game. He last finished a game in that ODI series against England, that to one game. So did Yuvraj Singh. You know, no one's questioning these guys are legends. Yes, they are. Having said that, they are legends who are not perhaps at their best anymore. So you've got to ask these questions. 16 extra balls, 3 no balls and 13 wides in a final is a massive, massive number of extra deliveries. The captain needs to ask these questions. You know, no balls. Hardik Pandya getting a wicket of a no ball. Today, Jasprit Bumrah getting a wicket out of a no ball. Virat Kohli needs to ask these questions. Yuvraj Singh on the field. Virat Kohli's choice. Does he need Yuvraj Singh in World Cup 2019?
No.
Does he need Mahendra Singh Dhoni in World Cup 2019? Nikhil asked the question about the West Indies. Please, sir. Nikhil asked the question about Dinesh Karthik. The fact of the matter is, does Dinesh Karthik qualify to be in this Indian team as batsman? Why are you taking him to the West Indies? Will Rishabh Pant get a game?
Yes.
If he doesn't get a game, why is he there? Because you've got to build talent. You've got to get these guys ready. I am not questioning Virat Kohli, the batsman. I am questioning some of the decisions. I am questioning the rift between the captain and the coach ahead of the tournament. I am questioning these issues because, look, for 2019, Virat is the talisman who's got to win it. But he needs the right arsenal. If it has to be 3 batsmen, and at the end of 3 batsmen, 4, 5, 6 and 7 are not good enough to win you a contest, and you will fold up for 158, right, that's not perhaps good enough.
Boria,
you need number 4, 5, 6, 7 to also win you when the chips are down.
Boria, you've been covering cricket for a while.
Yes.
Serve my memory correct. When did you see in a squad of 15, 3 wicket keepers going on an overseas tour? 3.
We need a good team. We need a youngster in the team. Yeah.
You know, Nikhil, I'm quite dumbfounded at that. Are you treating Dinesh Karthik as a batsman? If you are, then is there not a better batsman in India? Why not a Suresh Raina? If you are treating, does Mahendra Singh Dhoni need to go to the West Indies? I mean, what will Mahendra Singh Dhoni go and get in the West Indies in an inconsequential, stupid bilateral contest? Rishabh Pant would have gotten so much experience and can be blooded.
You're spot on there, Boria. We'll answer all these questions. But first, let's listen into what Indian captain Virat Kohli had to say after that defeat to Pakistan in the final. Virat Kohli saying they did not take Pakistan lightly, but credit must be given to Pakistan for the way they played. Yes, credit to India, Virat Kohli, that the way your team played in reaching the final, but a billion Indians wanted you to come back with the title that India won in 2013. So how are fans taking this defeat? Rashesh has been with us right from the start of this match. Rashesh, Virat Kohli saying credit to Pakistan. What do the fans believe in Mumbai?
Well, not too well, Shobit, as one can understand. You know, we gather across the cities and bring this perspective to our viewers of how people gather at screenings, and they do because they want to see the Indian team do well. They'll take competitive fights by the Indian team well, but not such meek surrenders, and that is exactly what this was. Before I just get some voices in here, a quick point. I was there at the first net camp that Anil Kumble had. And I think we are miles away here. Boria is much closer to action. But, one could not, at least from a distance, one didn't sense that this was really a team management taking cohesive decisions, taking collective decisions. And whether that plays a role, how did the dressing room take the whole issue? I think these are some of the issues that we'll touch upon as we sort of analyze this defeat further. But what do the fans think? Let's get some quick voices in here again. Tell me, this Indian team will go to England again in 2 years' time for the World Cup. Do you see the likes of a Yuvraj Singh, MS Dhoni still winning matches for India?
Definitely, MS Dhoni has good potential, and even Yuvraj is also doing fantastic in couple of the matches.
Your vote goes for them to continue.
Absolutely.
You guys, how do you look at this loss, and do you suggest any changes?
Yeah, of course, there should be more team coordination for the team so that they don't miss any chances like we saw at the Pandya and Jadeja running. There could have been a better coordination between the players so that the run out could have been avoided.
Jadeja didn't make a sacrifice, and that is something that hurts you as a fan. What about you? How much does this loss hurt? Any suggestions that you have?
Well, I don't have any suggestions, but yeah, the only suggestion would be is that we should, maintain our coordination with the team.
All this talk that you hear in the media, if Kumble and Virat are seeing eye to eye, if they're working together, how do you as a fan react to everything?
Well, it's very sad to hear that they don't get along, and I think that is affecting the Indian cricket team. And
a question mark on the fans as well, Shobhit. That's understandable, and we'll know more about how that drama will play up. It was quite bizarre of the BCCI to sort of get this advertisement announcement on the day Indian team landed in England. That's where probably a lot of the trouble started. Fortunately, the Indian team were able to sort of play as a unit and deliver some victories. But on the day when it mattered, the big final, it was a meek surrender, and Virat as a captain will have to own up a little bit. He made the brave decision of chasing. A lot of modern teams love to chase even on a good wicket, backing themselves to chase down any targets. But as we found out, chasing down 339 isn't always a piece of cake. And another point that Poria touched upon, when Virat and Rohit got out, did we genuinely believe that we had the team to chase the total down? Probably not, and if that is the case, that speaks about the lack of depth in a batting side, which bats up to 7, 8, 9. So these are issues that we'll have to ponder over.
You're spot on there, Rashesh. Fans are left a little stumped there in Mumbai, but let's find out if fans in New Delhi have certain answers for us. Shalini is live with us. Shalini, go ahead.
Well, with me joining me right now, I've got a group of young, enthusiastic cricketers. Let's see what they have to say. All of them were there from the very beginning of the match till the end. Faces, yes, a little sad. आपको क्या लगता है कि इंडियन टीम ने आज क्या गलत किया?
मैम, एक तो सबसे पहले सारे एक्सपर्ट्स कह रहे थे क्रिकेट के कि हमें टॉस जीत के पहले बैटिंग लेनी चाहिए थी. हम 400 या 350 का स्कोर लगाते तो फिर हम डेफिनेटली जीतते. लेकिन विराट कोहली का ये डिसीजन, अब या तो ये जो स्टाफ है टीम उससे पूछ के लिया हो, या तो फिर जो भी है ये डिसीजन रहेगा. और जो हमारी ओपनिंग जो जल्दी जाना, और जो पिछले मैच में आपने देखा था रोहित शर्मा एक जो प्लेयर है, हम उसी पर निर्भर रहेगा. विराट कोहली ने जो नहीं चल रहा, लेकिन जो हमारे महेंद्र सिंह धोनी है उनका अगर वो मेन रोल कर जाए, जैसे 2011 के वर्ल्ड कप में उन्होंने कर दिया था, बट वो जल्दी आउट हो गए. उसके बाद ये हार्दिक पांड्या का जो है टर्निंग पॉइंट रहा मैच में, जो उसके बाद फिर पूरी टीम जडेजा और सब उन्हें रन आउट करा. ये
Well, this are a few bits that this young gentleman feels went wrong today. The decision to field first and the way cricketers just were run out and they lost their wickets one after the other in the beginning. क्या बुरा लगता है इस बात की कि पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट हमने हारा है?
पाकिस्तान के ये बुरा लगता है हारना, क्योंकि वो टीम ऐसी टीम है जिससे इंडिया अगर हारता है ना, पूरे वर्ल्ड को दुख होता है, पूरे इंडिया को दुख होता है कि इस टीम से हारना एकदम बहुत शर्म वाली बात है.
But this is another factor that a lot of people are disappointed in, that they shouldn't have lost against Pakistan. That's one of the factors. When it's an India-Pakistan match, everyone is just sitting glued to their television screens. And this is one major factor. All these boys are saying that they shouldn't have lost against Pakistan. Pandya ne jo khela hai aaj, he played very well. What do you have to say to the fact that he was run out? Was it unfair for him?
Yeah, it was unfair, a lot unfair, because there was a misunderstanding. It's happened, but we had the hope for him that he's playing good, so we can win the match at least have respectable total. But of course, he got run out, and we were heartbroken.
Pakistan की जो team है अब, only 2 old players are there and the entire team has been reshuffled. What do you have to say? Do you think it's time for a reshuffling of the Indian team as well? All these players have been around for a really long time and all of them are legends. Do you think there needs to be some kind of reshuffling now?
Yeah, sure. There are a lot of budding players, and they have a lot of energy in young players. You should give a chance to the big players also, for young players also. And the Pandya, who is a young player, he showed that we can also play in the this type of special conditions. So you should give a chance to the budding players, new budding players.
Well, this is what the young cricketers here at the National Stadium have to tell us. Shobhit.
Thank you so much, Sharani, for that report. Yes, had India won today, these same cricketers, MS Dhoni, Yuvraj Singh, Virat Kohli, Dhawan, Rohit Sharma would have been national heroes. However, India have lost and lost badly against our arch rivals Pakistan in the final of the Champions Trophy. And questions need to be asked of our captain Virat Kohli. We'll continue our coverage of India versus Pakistan final right after. Yes, India have surrendered a crown at the Champions Trophy at the Mini World Cup to arch rivals Pakistan. And while celebrations across the border in India, we need to ask some serious questions of Virat Kohli, Anil Kumble and the rest of Team India. Now, Nikhil Chopra is live with us along with Boria Majumdar, who's live from outside the Oval in London. But Nikhil, we've been discussing the future of some of India's superstars, Yuvraj Singh, MS Dhoni. You mentioned the likes of Rishabh Pant, Sanju Samson. But one name you did not mention was Riddhiman Saha. He's our test keeper. Why not give him a chance? He's a centurion in IPL as well.
Yeah, well, you've got three wicket keepers there as well. And because of the kind of format that you have the 50-over game, Rishabh Pant has done well. Riddhiman Saha, absolutely. You know, that's a name that I'd forgotten. He's right up there. He should be given an opportunity as well. Manish Pandey was part of the original squad to the Champions Trophy. Unfortunately, missed out because of an injury. You see, the idea is, by now you must have the blueprint ready for the 2019 World Cup, because if you're going to bring in some fresh pair of legs, you've got to give them the international exposure now. So by the time you get to the World Cup, they should have played at least 15-20 games under their belt. You cannot take guys to the World Cup who are going to be debuting. That doesn't make sense. That's not the way you need to be looking to build a team as well. So now's the time. If you need to make changes, this is it.
All right, this is the time for India to make changes and prepare for the 2019 World Cup. But congratulations to the Pakistani team today. They won the title. Let's listen to their captain. Boria Majumdar is live from the Oval in London, the venue of India's defeat today. Boria, you agree with Nikhil that the planning for the 2019 World Cup needs to start now. We need to realize India's defeat against Pakistan, not just the defeat, the manner of defeat, and the planning for 2019 needs to start today.
Oh, absolutely. You know, just ask yourself one simple question. Firstly, I want to make this point because obviously people get a little too ahead of yourselves and say, whoa, why this criticism? Mahendra Singh Dhoni is the best white ball captain and perhaps one of the best white ball players India has produced. One. Yuvraj Singh the same. But do you, after 16 for 3 or whatever it was, think that Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Yuvraj Singh are capable of winning you a contest, getting 330 odd? I don't think a single Indian fan, if you are being honest to yourself, would have thought that these guys are the same players who can get you 300 runs. So, if your top 3 are gone, 4, 5, 6, 7 are not good enough to get you 300 runs. So questions need to be asked. Is a Manish Pandey, is a Krunal Pandya, is a number 6, is Kedar Jadhav good enough? Perhaps not. Is number 7, Hardik Pandya showed what can be done on that batting belter. For 2019, you've got to groom players now. Because only then, if you suddenly get them in 2019 January, they will not be finished products come England in May, June 2019. For a World Cup winning team, the planning needs to start now. Look at Pakistan. These guys, despite the fact that they don't get opportunities, I was speaking to Shahid Hashmi, Yasir Arafat, former couple of Pakistan players, and they were saying 6 or 7 Pakistan bowlers. Ruman Rai stepping in for Mohammad Amir. They are getting these guys ready. This was a team that did not go to Zimbabwe for goodness sake because they thought if they lost to Zimbabwe, they will not qualify. They are today champions. While we have the money, while we have the financial muscle, while we have IPL, while we have the best player in Virat Kohli and in Rohit and Shikhar, we also need to look ahead, forgetting the fact and not getting emotional about our legends. This is a cricket game which is very serious to us as a secular religion, and all I would say is let's not be emotional, let's be prudent, let's be constructive and prepare a team that can give us the 2019 World Cup.
Absolutely spot on there, Boria. But Nikhil, going ahead, looking ahead, was there one man from our domestic cricket, from the IPL, that you saw should have been part of this team, should be a part of India's 2019 team?
No, I guess, the 15 that went on board, you had Manish Pandey in there. It's unfortunate that he fell injured as well. You had the Challenger Trophy being played as well. So you have enough domestic tournaments. It's the selectors that need to go out there and literally identify, say, this is a future prospect that I see. Sometimes, the numbers also shouldn't make a difference because sometimes you need to pick guys on potential. One season doesn't mean that somebody's gone bad. If you're looking for somebody for the future, Shobit, this is the time now where you need to say, I'm going to give this kid 15-20 games. But if he doesn't do well in 15-20, 15-20 games, do you have a plan B in place? So these are very delicate questions that need to be answered, because come 2019, you need a mature and an experienced team.
Okay, a tough question, final question. Do you think all those reports of a rift between Virat Kohli and Anil Kumble could have thrown the team off a little bit?
To be honest, these guys are very professional, the kind of experience. I wouldn't take that road or that excuse in play. We simply got beat. All ends up. All departments, Pakistan outplayed us, make no mistake about it. Whatever the rift between Kumble, Virat Kohli, I don't know how far it's true or to what magnitude it is. Once you step onto that field of play, you know, you're the 11 guys who've got you to the final as well. You didn't perform as expected.
Absolutely.
So you forget about what's happened in the dressing room. Once you put your foot on the playing field, you need to forget about everything, and you need to go out there and execute your plans, express your game plans. But it wasn't allowed, because Pakistan literally choked you. They outplayed you.
Absolutely. Bad day, horrible day for Indian cricket in the field today, as we lost the final of the mini World Cup to arch rivals Pakistan. But for Indian sport on a whole, it was a good day. Kidambi Srikanth won his first Indonesia Open title on the badminton court, and India hammered Pakistan 7-1, our biggest win ever against our arch rivals on the hockey field. So on that note, we'd like to end the broadcast. I'd like to thank everyone, all our reporters, Boria Majumdar and Nikhil Chopra, for joining us